All right, welcome back. A new name on Josh Brown's best stocks in the market. Tell us what it is.
Well, the name is Snowflake, and this is really exciting because this is a stock that came public at $120 per share. It immediately opened up at like $300 per share, got as high as $400 a year later, and then spent the last 3 years selling off. It made its ultimate low last September, so not that long ago, and ever since the stock's been working really well. Just hit our list of best stocks on the market. Stephanie Link is in it much lower. She does something really special with these types of names. She identifies them before they become the best stocks. So I'm basically giving you the news that right now, this thing is working out and has the potential, I think, to get back towards some of those older highs. The thing I want to tell you about it is, this is not being driven by multiple expansion or hype the way the original IPO was that led to a 72% drawdown. This is being driven by improving fundamentals. The last earnings report was fantastic. That's what propelled the stock into the list. They now have over 600 companies paying them $1 million or more each year in revenue, which is up 27% year over year. So their customers, here's the point, are actually spending more money with them. They have a net revenue retention rate of 124%, which means not only do they keep their customers, but their customers are ratcheting up how much they spend. And I think that speaks to the importance of Snowflake as an AI play, which is something that when it had come public, nobody was talking about AI. So that's what I think is happening with the name, and I think it should be on people's radar.
It's interesting. This was a one-time Berkshire name, if I recall, right? Maybe they had it even in private before it went public. And you as well. I
Yes.
recall us having conversations about this stock when it went public.
Yes. I said it's an amazing company. They're doing great things. I just don't want to pay for it what the market wants to pay for it. The good news is you don't have to worry about that. From a valuation standpoint, look, here's the knock on Snowflake. They were not focused on profitability when they came public. They were focused on owning the space of what they do. For people that aren't aware, it's basically taking all of a company's data across multiple platforms. Think about how many different platforms and software providers a typical large corporation uses. Unifying that data, putting it all in one place, and then delivering it in a format that decision makers can actually look at it and say, oh, we should do A instead of B. I'm oversimplifying, but this is hugely important. If we're talking about companies doing these huge CapEx spends on AI, well, why are they doing it? They're doing it because there's something in the data that's going to help them improve profitability, sales, whatever. Snowflake becomes really important to that. You now have a company that has gross margins expanding from 59% when it went public to 67% today. Full year profitability is not as far off as it was when it first came public. So I think it's a different situation.
All right, good stuff. By the way, be sure to sign up